welcome to the strangest YouTube channel of all. Yes, it's the aging hippies conspiracy. No, wait, it's Veg. No, it's Vegematic Deluxe. Oh no, I know, it's Veg, the aging hippie. That's it. Welcome to that channel. I can't keep them straight in my head anymore because I just got into the thing of changing it every few months, but I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm kind of happy with the veg thing. I rebelled against being Vegematic because everybody online knew me as Veg, and I was trying to establish a different identity for myself, like my own. But obviously, Veg was one side of the two sides of my personality. Veg was angry. Veg was bitter. He was a good guy, but he was kind of acerbic, obnoxious. Whereas the aging hippie guy, well, he's just nothing but peace and love and all that stuff, which is another side of my personality. And how many sides of personalities do people have? Do you ever feel like if you've ever adopted a pseudonym, then people start to know you by that pseudonym that you made up, and it gets confusing because they're actually two sides of the same personality, but I'm integrating them back into one. Does that make sense? Slowly but surely, fascism's ugly grip is encircling the planet and just squeezing every last drop that it can get out of it. Oh, Veg, you're so alarmist, man. Just mellow out, groove, peaceful, love will solve everything. Yes, that's where we are. Loving, wonderful people. You're full of shit, You're really full of shit. Because if you look around, everybody is screaming at each other. Everybody is at each other's throats. Everything is run as a scam. And you sit here and you say peace and love is the answer. Right. Okay. And fairies and unicorns too, right? Yeah, that's gonna happen. Listen, I tell you what, aging hippie, you're an idiot. Okay? You're an idiot. You're a complete idiot. Well, that wasn't very groovy of you. And I would take offense to that. I would say that I'm just trying to exist as a human being on this earth and spread joy and love throughout the universe. Now, I've often talked about dropping a pebble and the ripples go out. So why don't you just understand it? You're such a hypocrite, man. Yeah, I saw you scowling at somebody today. What do you think you're getting away with this? Yes, calling yourself the aging hippie and peace and love and everything. And meanwhile, what do? You go out the door and you scowl, right? Yeah, you don't run out and do peace signs and everything. You just scowl at people. So don't give me all this bullshit. This is just bullshit. Well, that's not very nice at all. I think you might be developing split personality. You're watching the Aging Hippies Conspiracy. Oh no, wait. Oh yeah, you're watching the Vegematic Deluxe show. No, oh wait a minute. No, you're watching Veg, the Aging Hippie. Now, why did I change my name? The Cheeto told me to do it, and therefore I must follow the Cheeto. Isn't the resemblance quite amazing? But then I look at it and it's incomplete. He needs some happy little eyes. See, there we go. Happy little eyes. And a scowl, permanent scowl. And yeah, There you go, Mr. Cheeto. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I've been trying to find my way around this tubular universe for 15 years. 15 years of work, toil, slavery, algorithmic enslavement. But do I complain? Well, constantly, actually. But I think everybody has a right to complain, because everything is just being enshittified all over the place. Everything's getting worse. Everything's a scam. Everywhere you turn, there's another scam going on, whether it's a bank scamming you or somebody scamming you to get money out of your bank account, or trying to scam you and calling all day saying, "Yes, please, mister, I want you to, I am the Windows guy." Yeah, go wash the windows then. Get the hell out of here. Don't do this to me. I'm just looking around, and sometimes you feel really negative, and sometimes you think, well, maybe we'll survive all this, and then you just learn a little bit more about things that are going on, and you get a little bit more cynical. And not that I've ever been a cynical person, really. Not at all. I've only become cynical in my old age, and I'm trying to fight against that cynicism, because life is too short and my telomeres are shrinking. Do you know what it's like to have shrinking telomeres? You young kids don't understand it, but you will. Oh yes, you will. Everybody who's been born will experience tragedies, loss, pain. And this is something that we all share as humans. And there's nothing we can do about it. It's going to happen sooner or later. And we can glean what happiness we can by living in the moment. But inevitably, those moments shrink and time compresses. When you age, you become your memories. You become less engaged with the present world, which is in a huge mess that we all know. And it brings me no pleasure as a human being who's lived 67 years on this planet to know that nothing has changed. In fact, it's gotten worse. And I could spend hours talking to you about greed, about corporations, about the stock market, about the banks, about the whole system. But our systems are collapsing. They're rotten inside and out. People don't know what to do anymore. Politicians certainly don't have any answers. They only make things worse. And I think the problem lies within our human nature and giving way to the base parts of that nature. The things you want to hoard, the shiny objects, the flashy cars. Those things are truly worthless. What I've learned over my lifetime is some of the things that were so precious to me were taken from me in an instant. Shiny things. I had a 66 Mustang, and it was souped up. It had, all the stuff, and I was very young at the time. This was probably 78. It was the year 78. I wasn't 78. I'm not 78 yet. I got another 11 years to go. Maybe by then YouTube will show my stuff to more people, but that's another story. Bought this burgundy 66 Mustang, my pride and joy, nice V8 engine, Holley carburetors, air shocks, and man, I thought that was the bee's knees. The bee's knees. I've never used that before in my life, you gotta believe me. No, I thought I was so cool. And I had to drive it from Ottawa to Montreal just to show it off to my friends because it looked so groovy and cool. So, filled with youthful pride of my acquisitiveness, I drove to Montreal, and they all looked at it and went, "Oh, cool car," and everything. And I left gratified, heading back to Ottawa. Well, I got maybe 10 miles west of Montreal, and I'm driving along and going, "Yee-haw, this is really cool." A Hurst shifter too. And I'm tootling along the 401, and all of a sudden the steering wheel comes off in my hand. Well, I said a few really quick prayers at the time, like, really, I'll give money to the lepers if you get me out of this, God. So the Mustang starts going in a circle, in several circles. It was like a real thrill ride on an amusement park, except that I knew I was in the middle of the highway. So, you know, the lights and everything, and I'm all disoriented and everything. And finally come to a stop, get out of the car, sit on the side of the highway and go, what the hell just happened? My car, my beautiful car that I was so proud of, metal junk. Steaming pile of junk lying in the middle of the highway. And right then I realized materialism is not the way to go, because it'll be swiped from you in an instant. Shiny baubles. And so many people give up so many years of their lives chasing these shiny little baubles. But in the end, they won't do you any good. Nothing will, because you can't take any of that shit with you. And this is something humans have not learned, to the detriment of the entire species. We have not learned that chasing baubles doesn't work. When you get old, you start to realize all this shit, right? You bought stuff that you thought you needed, and you just put it away somewhere, and you're not going to use that. I don't know. Anyway, don't collect baubles. It's not worth it. And don't give your labor away in exchange for baubles. Just a little philosophy from me, Veg, the aging hippie. Anyway, good to see everybody. I see you through my magic mirror, and I would thank you. And of course, every damn video on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, please ring the bell. Please do it. Please, please, please do it. Please. Good night.